Thank you for clicking on this video. We know you could have been anywhere in this YouTube universe, as big as it is, but you're rocking with your boy, and I truly appreciate that. For those who don't know, I am Rico, and on this channel, we help you get better results with dating, finances, and just your overall life. Elevate to the highest level of yourself possible by utilizing the 3C philosophy. That's confidence, character, and of course, charisma. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and do yourself a favor, man. Go ahead and show that like button some love. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on bell notifications. Come join this 3C lifestyle, because I can promise you, it's just different. So I did a previous video. I'll link that video somewhere above my head or below, wherever YouTube chooses to place the video. I did a video on how to set a date like a boss, right? So for those of you who watched that video, you had some success with it, you took notes from that video, you went and you got the date. You got the date, she said yes, you planned the date, you told her what to wear, you picked a spot, now what? On this video, I'm gonna teach you, now that you got the date, now that she's on the way, now that you done planned it, now that it's in motion, now that the rubber's about to meet the road, I'm gonna teach you some ways to make sure she never stops thinking about you. I'm talking about 24/7, baby, to make sure you become unfucking forgettable. If you follow these easy, simple instructions and these actions and techniques, she will be chasing you for that second date. I'm telling you, she won't even be able to get her work done. She'll be over there at work like, oh my God, I just can't stop thinking about him. He is so let's get into this video. Number one, before we even start the actions and the techniques for this date, fellas, don't go overboard. Don't overextend yourself on doing anything you really can't hold up and maintain, okay? Pick a date, pick a situation, pick a place based on your realistic budget. It's 2022, fellas. We're not trying to lie to these females out here. We're not trying to overextend ourselves to impress. We 3C over here. We don't have to go out of our way to impress a woman. She already said yes to the date. She already likes you enough to go on the date. It's your job not to mess it up, fellas. So stay within your realistic budget. If your realistic budget isn't dinner and drinks, go for a walk. Go for coffee. Do whatever you got to do. Go for a cheap movie date. Whatever. Just don't go to the concession because it'll run you some things. But, just stay within your realistic budget. All right? With that said, let's get into this video. Be early to the date, right? You got to be early. It starts and ends with us, fellas. That if you want to be a leader in the relationship, you want to lead the relationship, you got to be early. What I mean by early is not 2-3 hours early. Max, you might want to strive for commute time of being about 30 minutes early. The sweet spot is around 15 to 20 minutes early, right? Why do you want to be early? That shows responsibility. That shows being able to plan your time and your day. That shows you respect your time, right? So you got to be early to the date. All right? That's number one. Number two. Got to make sure that if she is on her way, you got to tell her, hey, text me when you're on the way, okay? Let me know when you're on the way. That way, if she's late, you already set the date. If you watched the previous video, you already set the time. So let's say the time of the date is, let's say 6 p.m., right? You're already there. You're on time. She's supposed to text you when she's on the way. If she's late, this is exactly what you do. If she is late. You text her this, just this, word for word. You just text her, you're late. First round's on you. Send. No exclamation point, no smiley face emojis, no winks, no nothing, no hearts, no unicorns, no butterflies, no nothing. No angry faces, no nothing. You're late, first round's on you. That is it. You want to give her a couple minutes grace period, whatever, parking could have been crazy. But if she's late, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever late. Now, if she's 30 minutes late, you need to leave, right? You shouldn't even be there. But let's say she's 5-10 minutes late. She texts you, oh, I'm right around the corner, blah, 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 blah. Cool, no problem. You're late. First round's on you. When she gets there, you still give her the warm embrace. You still hug her. You still, give her great energy when you get there. But you walk up to the bar. You order whatever drink you were going to order. And you order whatever drink she was going to order. And hold her accountable to pay that first round. If it's beer, if it's, lemonade, whatever the case may be, she pays for the first round. What that does is it sets her understanding that you are not one to waste your time. It instantly gets a level of respect and admiration for you, or it shows you her true colors, and if she's a real foodie, a foodie call. Foodie call is a woman that just uses men for dates just to get something to eat, and they're out there. So just understand this. If she has a problem paying for an $8 to $10 drink for you and her, and she was late, then that shows her character and that shows something. You can still go on with the date if you want to, but in my opinion, that should be the last date, right? It tests her to see if she's really into you. I promise you, most women who are really into you, if you do this right, she'll probably laugh it off. She may not like it, but oh well, she'll respect it. And that is the number one thing you need to make sure you have in any kind of dating arrangement, relationship, whatever, is that she respects you, all right? Shows that you value your time, you're a leader, and you hold her accountable. And it just also gets her respect level and admiration level for you. Also creates some mystery, like, oh, he ain't no nice guy. He's not no punk. I can't just take advantage of him. That's the energy you want her to have towards you. You want her to give you that respect as that alpha masculine, high quality man that you really are, right? So make sure you hold her accountable if she's late. Number 3, you want to make sure, if you can, you want to play some games. You want to go somewhere that might have either some board games or maybe like some pool. Or I remember one time I went on a date to an establishment. They had this big old Connect 4 thing that was on the table. It was huge. That's perfect. The reason why that's amazing is because, it takes the pressure off you from holding a conversation for 20, 30, 40 minutes. A lot of men aren't really that good at communicating. If you are, that's great. But it also allows you to playfully flirt, playfully tease her a little bit, break the touch barrier, put your hand on that lower back or whatever. Not lower back, fellas. Don't try to cop a feel and look creepy. Just find a reason to touch her, and I promise you that'll give her a way to break the touch barrier too. That's another way you know if a female's really interested, because she'll find a reason to touch you. She'll be like, oh boy, you so crazy, or whatever. She'll find a reason to touch you. And she can smell your scent, which I'll get into later on why that's important, but it allows you to playfully flirt. How do you playfully flirt? You say things like, look at you trying to get close to me. I see you trying to get close to me. I wouldn't blame you, boo-boo. I'd do the same thing if I was you. Something silly like that. It doesn't have to come off crazy, arrogant, or whatever. And, oh, you think you was trying to turn me on, wasn't you? Look at you. I appreciate that. I see you. Look at you following directions and wearing that. Just playfully flirting. Playfully teasing. Let's say you guys are playing pool, or you're playing, let's say, Connect 4, right? You could easily tease her like, I can't believe you made that move. Oh, you about to lose. You know what? I'm not even gonna look. I'm about, boom, game over, out of here. Like, you can just tease her, right? Tease her playfully, just in other ways. Bring other people, like let's say a waitress is walking by. You can call the waitress. Trust me, this works if you do it right. Call the waitress and be like, excuse me, you see what she's playing? She thinks she's gonna beat me. What do you think? And then the waitress is probably gonna be like, girl power, she's gonna win. And then as soon as she loses, you call that same waitress back, like, tell her what happened. What happened? And then that's just playful. It's showing that you can be polite and you have a great character, sense of humor. You get a great aura. I'm telling you, she'll be attracted to that. Also, it gives you an opportunity to teach her some things, right? Let's say you know how to play pool, or let's say you're playing checkers or whatever, and you could teach her how to play. She doesn't know how to play. You're like, oh, let me show you. I don't know what it is, but women, they really get turned on if a man is either passionate about something, even if something passionate is dumb to her, but you're passionate and knowledgeable about it, and you can teach her something that she didn't know that you can apply right then and there. It builds chemistry, it builds sexual tension, and it shows her that you have an intellect to you. It really works, fellas. They get turned on instantly if you can teach them some stuff. I'm telling you, that's the reason why you want to play games. It's not mental games, I'm talking about interactive games. Be competitive with her. That really will set you apart from other men on those dates, and to really make her create a memory, right? That's the thing. If you can create a good feeling associated with a memory, you heard the saying, people can't always remember what you say, but they can definitely remember how you make them feel. So if you have a situation to where you're playing games, you're bringing some humor in it, you're playfully flirting, you're playfully teasing her, so you're letting her know that, hey, I like you, I'm feeling you, but don't get it twisted, baby girl. I'm not putting you on a pedestal. You're not above reproach or above being teased, okay? So that's just showing her that you're a man that values yourself, also that you have a personality to you. And that's gonna just turn her on. Number 4, if you follow my channel for any bit of time, you already know where I'm probably going with this. You gotta smell good. You have to smell your best, right? Now here's the thing, that goes from your facial care, that goes from your skincare regimen to the night. Hopefully you're already doing your skincare regimen. That goes from your hygiene, shower before the date, fellas. Hopefully you shower before the date, put lotion on, you don't want to go there crusty and ashy, right? But the scent is very important. It's scientifically proven that scent is tied, the olfactory part of your brain is tied to memory. Right? So what happens when you smell good and you give a great feeling, she's going to remember that scent. Let's say she's not around you and she smells something else. I've said it before, something that reminds her of you. That's a perfect way of her keeping you on her mind all the time. So you got to smell amazing. You have to smell it. And on top of that, when you give her that warm embrace, you leave that scent on her for when she's at home, when she goes to the crib, she's smelling her shirt, when she undresses for the night, and her mind is on you. And I promise you, it is. I've talked to tons of women, and I've literally asked them. Let me ask you a question: if a man is, let's say, a 6 in physical attractiveness, but you come up to him and he smells amazing, what happens to his attractiveness? Does it stay the same or does it go up? Every single woman said, oh no, he goes to at least a 7 or 8, depending on how good he smells. So that means, I don't give a damn if you're a 4, fellas. You can go up 1 to 2 points in physical attractiveness by just smelling good. And with that said, fragrance of the day, Italica by Casa Marati. You might as well say XERJOFF, under the XERJOFF universe. I'm gonna tell you now, this fragrance, if you like sweet, not overly sweet, not, bathed in sugar, but like sweet, sexy, aromatic meaning like it smells good in the air. If you like sweet fragrances, you'll love this one. I believe this is 100% unisex. Men and women can pull it off. It's advertised to men, but I believe this can be pulled off amazingly by men and women. It is a toffee, almond, a little bit of milky accord. It just smells like the best sweet pastry on a holiday morning. Just imagine that for a second. You wake up, you got, your girl is in there cooking pastry. She's baking the best sweet pastry. It's lingering in the air. You smell the vanilla, you smell the toffee, you smell a little hint of almond in there. Oh my God, it smells like the best holiday cookie. It is definitely an amber, and when people say amber in fragrances, they say it just makes you feel comfortable, like warm, comforting, a warm, comforting scent. And it is a beast mode fragrance. It lasts a long time. You don't need a lot of sprays. You might not even realize it's still on you, but other people will smell it. I'm telling you, it's sexy as hell. I was in an Uber one time. I had to take an Uber, and the lady was driving. She had on a mask. I had on a mask, of course. And I didn't smell it anymore. I sprayed it maybe an hour and a half before I got into the Uber. And she was like, I don't know what you're wearing, but you smell amazing. I'm telling you, it's a sweet fragrance. So if you don't like sweet fragrances, you might not want to go with that one. It's not overly sweet, once again. Preferably better for the colder days, especially nights. You don't really want to wear this when it's too hot outside, because when it's sweet, it like amplifies a sweet fragrance. So you don't want to choke yourself out. But I'm telling you now, this is an amazingly soft, sweet, pastry-like cookie accord. Just imagine the bombest cookies and milk you could ever have. Amazing scent. Italica Casa Marati 88. Fellas, this next one is an important one. This one here, guaranteed to make you stand out from any other man she's ever dated, ever talked to, ever been in a relationship with. If you get this part right, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. She's obsessed. She's obsessed. Trust me. Get this part right. It's been proven. It works. Trust me. Make sure you ask bullseye questions and give bullseye compliments. What is a bullseye compliment? What is a bullseye question? A bullseye question or compliment is something that pulls at her heartstrings in a positive way, invokes a positive feeling, and also a bullseye compliment is something that you could ask her that you can compliment her on that's not typical. It's usually nothing physical. It's either something that she's proud of, or something that she's accomplished, or something that she's not really used to getting compliments on or getting praised for. But you show that you've heard her and you listened to her enough to compliment her on something that she finds value in, extreme value in, and she holds in high regard, and nobody else compliments her on, right? So bullseye questions invoke thought-provoking, positive, great feeling emotions, maybe releases some serotonin to make her feel good when she thinks about those questions and answers those questions, and the compliments are straight to the heart. I'm telling you, you get those bullseye compliments and questions down, it's a wrap. Let me give you some example of some bullseye questions to ask. Well, let's say you guys are talking, having a conversation. You already played Connect 4 or pool or board games or whatever. You got the second round of drinks that you're paying for. Remember, she only paid for the first. She doesn't pay for shit else, fellas. Shit else for the rest of the date. Nothing. You pay for everything else. So you got past the first. Now you guys are ordering food or drinks or whatever you guys are doing. After the games are done, you've already got those good feelings. You've already playfully teased her and flirted with her. Now you're going to show her your intellectual side, and you're going to ask her, tell me some things you're passionate about. Like, what are some things you're passionate about? Get her to think. If she's passionate about it, that means it makes her feel good. It brings her joy and happiness, right? She's connecting being in a situation with you with her passions. You follow me? Another great question to ask that is a definite bullseye question is you want to look at her straight in her eyes. Ask her this question. This is a good one, fellas. Take this question down. Get a pen. Take some time. I'll wait. You found something to write with? Because you want to write this down. You got it. Oh, okay. You look. You found it. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So you found it now. Write this down. If you had a full 24 hours, I'm talking about a full 24 hours, and we can do anything you wanted to do. You can spend that 24 hours together however you wanted to. Money was no object. We could do whatever you wanted to do. What would that 24 hours look like? And just let her mind get to going, because she's probably going to be like, oh, I never even thought of that. Boom! You've cracked the code. You've done something that nobody else has ever done. So now she's thinking of some of her, because she's going to think of ways she likes, things she likes to do, and associate that with you. So it's very important that you say, if you had 24 hours with me, and we can spend that 24 hours any way you wanted to, how would that 24 hours look? Boom. It's a wrap, fellas. Let her answer. Another funny one. This is one that I like to ask that invokes a little humor in the situation. Just look at her and be like, no, let me ask you. When's the last time you laughed so hard you almost peed on yourself? And just ask her that. Like, that's a weird question. Nobody ever asked her that. It's different, right? And she's going to associate the funniest time in her life, which she's probably going to start laughing and smiling at that point, with you. Because you asked her something. She's going to remember that you asked her something. She might forget that you asked her the question, but she's going to wonder why she felt so good around the date. It's because you sprinkled a lot of these things and questions and situations that made her feel happy, amazing, and joyous. You don't want to ask her something crazy like, tell me the saddest part of your life. Tell me the time you cried the hardest last time. No, you want to make sure that everything you ask her brings her joy, brings her happiness, makes her laugh, invokes some humor, shows that you're listening, all that great stuff. I promise you, it's a wrap, fellas. It's done. It's done. It's marinating, fellas, for you. When you ask her this stuff, trust me, it's marinating. You add a little eye contact in there when you're saying that, lower your voice, play with your vocal volume of your voice, get close and be like, so let me ask you a question. If we had 24 hours, blah, 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 blah. It's marinating, fellas, for you. Ovens turned on. Number 6, make sure you end the date before it's actually over, right? Leave her wanting more. So say, for instance, you said the date was at 6, couple hours go in, you having a great time, she's having a great time, she not ready to go, she not ready to end this great night. You done showed her the best first date she's ever had, end it. So you know what? As much fun as I'm having, I gotta really go. I gotta get up in the morning, gotta take care of some business when I go home. And I don't wanna keep you up too late. I wanna make sure, you got the energy to kill it tomorrow. So I'm gonna walk you to your car. We gonna get the check, go end this date. Just make sure you end the date early, right? End the date before it's really over. What that does is leave her wanting more, right? Walk her to her car, open her car door, make sure you give her that warm embrace, you know what I mean? Say, get home safely. You know, I had a great time. Make sure you get home safely. And then look her in her eye and tell her this. Hey, matter of fact, you know, just make sure you hit me up next time I cross your mind. Next time I cross your mind, hit me up. With a smile on your face, things like that. The reason why you want to say something like that is because, believe it or not, even though she went on a date with you, some women are kind of shy to hit up after the date. They get in their own head. They're like, oh my God, does he like me? Did I have fun? Would I look thirsty or trying to hit him up? Like a little comment like that, like, hey, next time I cross your mind, just hit me. Don't be shy. You know, something like that just lets her know that it's okay for her to hit you up. Because believe it or not, sometimes you got to let them know, fellas, even though the date went well, just trust me, that works. And last but not least, don't you ever, look at me, don't you ever hit her up again until she hits you up. That is a cardinal sin. Don't hit her up. If she has any kind of manners and politeness to her, femininity to her, when she gets home safely, she will let you know. Made it home safely, had an amazing time. She hit you up. At that point, you can respond. But until she hits you up again, you better not hit her up. You already gave her the green light. You already playfully flirted with her and let her know, hey, hit me next time, you know, I'm on your mind. So if she don't hit you up, that means you ain't on her mind. Whatever. It's a win-win for you, right? But if you do these things right, she already likes you enough to go on the first date. If you do these things right, she will literally be hitting you up, chasing you, asking you when the next time you guys are going to see each other. And that's what you want. You want her to show genuine interest enough that she's like, I had an amazing time. When are we going to do this again? When am I going to see you again? And pro tip, never respond to that right away. You let her know that, you know what, you had a great time too. It was a vibe. It was so much fun. And you're looking forward to seeing her again. You'll definitely check your calendar and let her know your next availability. That's how you do that. You don't give her an answer about the next time you see each other right then. That's the pro tip, fellas. Make sure you are working on your purpose. And if you 3C, of course you are. You're working on your purpose. You're reading. You're developing your passions. You're working on what's making you money. You're getting your business up. You're hitting the gym, whatever you got to do. And you are busy to where you do have other things that you need to check to be able to fit her in your life, right? With that being said, we've come to the end of the video, fellas. I hope you guys found this useful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any of this content. And also share this information with anybody you think that can find this information useful. I really, really appreciate that. Until the next video, I love y'all. I'm out.